Hello, welcome to another video. I figured out the other day that I have PowerPoint presentation, so I decided to do a video where I say what I want in 2021 or, going forward from the Sims team. But then I remembered a lot happened in 2020. Basically, I saw a tweet just before the new year. And somebody was just saying, like, oh my God, I can't believe Tiny Living came out in 2020. It feels like it was 1,000 years ago. And I was like, shit, it did feel like it was 1,000 years ago. So, let's have a look at what 2020 gave us. I tried my best. I really tried to... That says wheelie. I put subtitles on because I don't know how to turn them off, and two, hopefully it will record them and then you can see them as well when you're watching the video. But it's obviously not saying what I want. We're going to continue. For those who rely on the subtitles, I do apologise. Blame PowerPoint presentation. But anyway, so I tried to channel my year 5 primary school, which was many moons ago, in the computer lounge tech room PowerPoint skills. So here we go. So January, we had an update. We can now upgrade any beds. I personally have not done this because you need level 6, I think, and I ain't got time for that. So I haven't done it. But for those of you who like the cheaper beds, I don't like any bed in The Sims, and, have that level 6, good for you. Maybe we'll do it on the Super Sim Challenge, because she'll need level 6. And we also got an overhaul to the bookends, so you can now make the small bookcases, which just makes sense. Why wasn't that like that in the first place? They also put in the feature that you could put a freestanding TV on an accent table, which is the little tables, which I thought you could always do, but maybe that's because, 2020 was 1,000 years long, so I think you have always been able to do it. Who knows? And if you've got the Machino pack, the amp stack is now also radio, which it probably should have always been. But there you go. And console players got access to the Sims 4 gallery, and it's cross-platform, so good for you, sugars. And in January, we got 2020. Unless you're on console, then you didn't get it until February. The Sims team just don't like console players, and I do apologise on their behalf for that. Anyway, Tiny You Live In. Cass, 10 out of 10. Build and Buy, 10 out of 10. Perks of Living on a Tiny Lot, 10 out of 10. Lack of bunk beds, 0 out of 10. Hans, why did you not do this? You missed the chance in Discover University. You missed the chance in Tiny Living, where you could have easily just done what you've done with the other things, like lounge chairs. So they came with Island Living, like the pool chairs. So they put one swatch or one design in base game, but then if you had the pack, you got like a couple more designs and swatches and stuff like that. So why didn't they just do that with bunk beds? Then people with base game could have bunk beds, but if they wanted more bunk beds, they might buy the pack. Anyway, would still recommend Tiny Living. So if you haven't brought Tiny Living, I would recommend it. I do monthly giveaways with stuff packs on my Twitter. You have just missed January, though, if you're watching this in January. But if you follow me and you win, you could ask for it. Is it a stuff pack? It is a stuff pack, so you could ask for it. Anyway, February. On the 20th, not the 20th, I can't even read British dates. On the 4th of February, 2020, was the 20th anniversary of The Sims, and all we got was this shitty hot tub. Like, if you're going to give us just one hot tub, why not give us this hot tub? The classic, The Sims 1, that's got some... If they were just going to do updates to Build and Buy and add some extra shit in, they could have at least gone back and put in the classic Sims 1 stuff, like the heart-shaped hot tub, the heart-shaped bed, the pole dancing thing, Bo and Hilda. But they didn't. And I think what was more annoying about the hot tub that they gave us for the anniversary is that is the same hot tub that came in Perfect Patio that was the selling point for Perfect Patio. So for those who have the pack, well, you've just spit in their face and you're like... I keep reading what the subtitles are saying and it's not right. Anyway, we move on. Nothing happened in March and April as far as I'm aware. They did... Because we all obviously went into lockdown because of the current situation of the world, they did do some things over on Twitch where they did things, but whatever. So in May, they announced Eco Lifestyle and they announced that there would be an update to include ladders, firefighters and repo persons. Not much. So then in June... We got a free update. We got the MAC makeup, which I didn't realise the MAC makeup came in June. I thought that was way later, like August time. But there you go. 1 out of 10 for that because it's shit. I did do a video at the time and I pointed out that to me, MAC is a very, very weird choice for them to use. MAC are not cruelty free. That is something that does appeal to a lot of younger people who they are trying to aim this game at. They're just a brand that I don't see a lot. Like, I know they're very popular and they're one of the top brands, but I thought there was loads of other brands. Like, MAC aren't known for their collabs as well, which is why it's still weird, where you could have gone with somebody like Colourpop, who they've done all sorts of collabs. They've done collabs with, you know, The Mandalorian because they have a child theme palette. They've done Sailor Moon. They've done various influencers. They've done Disney. But, you know, there you go. And now, at the time of recording this, which is the 9th of January, we now know what MAC got in return, which was that they dragged the Sims logo onto a blue box and then shoved in an old palette. Like, if you brought in, you like it, that's cool. But the Sims were done dirty there, and if you can't admit that, open your eyeballs. Anyway, so we've got ladders. Cool. 8 out of 10. Windows and door roof placement, 10 out of 10, saved my life. The no trespassing option, if you don't know, you can click on your front door, select no trespassing, and you can stop people from randomly turning up at your door. So if you do hate the fact that Eliza Pancakes turns up at your door every 3 seconds, which never happens to me, but people moan about it online, you can just do that. The send home interaction, 10 out of 10 as well. I hate it when Sims come around my house. I'm just like, nah, get out. Send you home. The neighbourhood tags. So once again, for those that don't know, when you load up your menu, it shows you the name and a little bit of information about each neighbourhood in the world. Means nothing to me. I'll give it a 5 out of 10 for creativity. Off the grid update, I never play off the grid, so I'm not going to rank it and anything. But if it works for you, it works for you. If that's a gameplay you play, let me know. Bill's update, I think I looked at it once and it didn't really mean anything to me. Same as real life. Inventory update, out of 10. It's very, very handy now. There's a lot of room in there. I can find things, I can sell things. And then the repo persons and firefighters, 9 out of 10. Would have been a 10 out of 10 if you'd included burglars and fire and like police officers. But you didn't, did you? And also the Sims 4 became available on Steam. And then also in June 2020, we got Eco Lifestyle. So came out on the 5th of June 2020 on all platforms. They remembered your console. They remembered you. Evergreen Harbour, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. It is a nice neighbourhood, but whatever. They let Simmers build one of the lots, which is 10 out of 10, smart move, but I also think quite lazy on their part. So I remember I got the pack and I opened it up because I did a mini rags to riches. So I wanted to just have a little look around before I started it. And I saw that build. For those who don't know, it's the one in the harbour that looks like a crane. It's lovely. And I remember looking at it and thinking, who built that? Because that's not an EA build. And I just thought maybe they were stepping their pussy up a bit. You know what I mean? They were just... Because I know they did get a bit of flack. I can't remember if that was 2020 or it was on a previous pack where they mentioned something about builds, and one of them said on the live stream, oh, we can just let people like Little Simsy improve them. Maybe it was when Round of Magic came out and they said that. And, you know, maybe you should be building good houses and not relying on simmers to do it. But there you go. So lazy on their part. I know we later found out it was part of the Spark Challenge, but still. Build and buy for eco lifestyle anyway, 10 out of 10. I love all the furniture. If you ever watch any Must Be a Build, I have to stop myself from using their stuff all the time. I would like more, in fact. 7 out of 10 for Cass. Some of it's fine. I consider myself to be quite an eco person. I care quite a lot about the environment. I recycle. I do everything I can to like help in terms of that. But all my clothes aren't covered in patches. Maybe if I did repair a piece of clothing, it would have a patch on. But all my clothes aren't covered in patches. But I do like the fact that they did put in stretchy ears, because I don't wear tunnels in them, but I do have stretchy ears because I regret them. Don't stretch your ears, kids. And the gameplay is 10 out of 10. No, it's not. It's 8 out of 10. Sorry, I keep getting distracted by the really bad subtitles, but I don't know how to turn them off. Yeah. I carry on. No, sorry. 8 out of 10 for the gameplay. It's fine. It's fine. There isn't a lot of... You couldn't sit down and play with the pack. So you only have base game in the pack. It doesn't... Like, I know it gives you the neighbourhood thing and you can vote through that, but, you know, it's fine, but I don't think... It doesn't add anything really special to it, I don't think. But I would still recommend, like, if it's your type of thing, like, if you looked at it and you went, oh, that actually looks quite good, but I'm a bit unsure, I'd still recommend it. Yeah. Anyway, in July, we got Love to Knit. It came out on the 8th of July on all platforms. Cast, 9 out of 10. I love generally most things apart from, I think, like the hair. Build and buy, 9 out of 10. It's all cute as hell. 7 out of 10. It's fine. I don't really agree that they should be putting a lot of gameplay in stuff packs, because the name is in the name. It's a stuff pack. So it should be stuff. Like in The Sims 2, when you had the IKEA stuff pack, you should just be putting in stuff in it. But the gameplay's fine. Like, it's knitting, isn't it? Like, you know. So, would still recommend, you know, if you looked at it and you were like, oh yeah, groovy, I'll buy it, but I haven't got the cash at the moment. If it's on sale or there's a giveaway, you might as well. We also got Plopsy, which I hate because nobody ever buys my stuff. Nobody ever buys my stuff on Plopsy. And also in 2020, July, we got the Spark Challenge. I'm going to admit I've never watched it. Sorry. But you can, if you do want to watch it, if you just go on the BuzzFeed multiplayer channel on YouTube, there's a playlist and you can watch it, and I probably will get around to watching it if I wasn't watching Clone Wars for the 80,000th time in my life. But I'm dedicated, so I've got to finish that first. I did enter the first two, Destination Wedding and Golden Age, but I didn't win anything, so... And it's a really good idea. It is a really good idea. I thought it was a really good way to bring the community together, highlight, not necessarily, I've wrote new people here, but I don't really mean new people. I meant like fresh faces. So people that have probably been in the community for a while, but we don't see a lot of. Yeah. Carry on anyway. August. They announced Journey to Batuu and the community went beer baraccas. Absolutely off your face mad. I've put a collection of memes here that I think represent everybody within the community. And then Journey to Batuu came out in September. Came out on the 8th across all platforms. It's based on Galaxy's Edge, which is at one of the Disney worlds. Don't know which one. But now you've seen it, you don't have to go. So you've saved yourself some money. It did confuse me at first. Like, I watched a trailer. You can go back, if you don't believe me, and watch my trailer reacts. I was confused. Because I thought if they were going to go down the lines of doing something like this, they would do it like a separate game. So like say with The Sims 2 they did the life story, so you got Castaway and a couple of others, and then with 3 they did Medieval. If they wanted to do some kind of collab, I think it would have been a lot more successful and people would have been a lot more open to the idea if it was a separate game. It's like, you know, but there you go. I brought it because I really like Star Wars. I'm a big Star Wars fan. Overall I give it an 8 out of 10. Build and buy 7 out of 10. Each Jedi clothes, all, you know, first order clothes. The hair though, I didn't like Rey's hair in the films, but on a toddler in The Sims, the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. Build and buy 7 out of 10. Cast 7 out of 10. Gameplay 7 out of 10. It's when it was announced, I was scared it was going to be like Strangerville 2.0, who I did Strangerville. It didn't take me very long because there's not a lot of steps to it really. And when I played it, there is a couple of elements to it because you're working through the aspiration, if that's the aspiration that you choose to do, which I don't know why if you're going to play P2 you wouldn't have that aspiration. But there's also missions, and you've got not just one path. You can go, you know, first order, or you can go resistance, or you can go in the middle and join Hondo and become a scoundrel. I can't remember the word. So I would recommend it if you are a Star Wars fan. To probably appreciate though, you would probably need to be slightly more than a casual fan. So if you've just seen a couple of the films, or the films but nothing else, you're gonna miss out on like who Hondo is, or maybe some of the story. So I would maybe have watched Clone Wars or Rebels or something like that if you were gonna, you know, I wouldn't say it's like a necessity, but you'd probably appreciate it more if you did. I understand why people don't like it, but now we're in January and I still see people going on about it online. Like, hun, move on. Not everything's made for you, and let us people enjoy what we like. Remember that. Then we had October, which was first of all, there was a collab between Gucci and 2 creators, Grim Cookies and Harry. It was so good, and they are so talented that it made me feel a bit sick. I remember looking at it, I thought, I will never, ever get to the level that some people are, which is something I do feel a lot on Twitter anyway. When I see people's builds, I'm like, everybody in the world's so much better than me. But digress, we move on. It was very good. I would definitely check it out if I was you. They also announced Snow Escapes, and there was meant to be a small skin tones update in October where they were meant to sort out the existing skin tones that they already had in the game, but it turns out they were not sorted. And there was quite the pandemonium that day. But there we go. So then we had November, we got an update which included platforms, which are nice, but I can't do them because I'm stupid. We also got a half wall update, so we got loads of different size half walls, which are fabulous. They also added in the vacation and rental lots. Wasn't the hotels that people were asking for, but still. Now you could send your people to Solani on a little vacay, and there you go. You could make a little cottage by the sea and bring them some bay if you wanted to. They also updated the sim info panel, which really confused me when it first happened because I'm stupid. They also brought in sentiments, and something that I didn't realise there was a thing. Laugh lines there. I'm not even going to try and say what they're called. They added those into cast, which I thought they were always in cast because I've got quite prominent, because my cheeks are so chubby. I'm trying to look at myself on my other screen. So I always add them in to myself. So I thought we already had them, but never mind. Also, in November, then we got Snow Escapes, came out on the 3rd of November for all platforms. Japanese inspired, which was a lovely move away from the white American millennial game that The Sims is. Cast 9 out of 10, I think pretty much everything in it is lovely. The hair's lovely and everything like that. Building by 9 out of 10. I find myself using a lot of the stuff in builds. Gameplay 8 out of 10. A lot of it is based around like hiking and skiing and the snowboarding and the rock climbing, and I'm not into that in real life, and I'm not into that. My Sims definitely aren't, sorry. The world's very pretty, and they did let Simmers once again build. Still a very smart move, but still, I think, lazy on the Sims team point of view. They shouldn't be relying on other people to do their jobs for them. That's just the fact. So there you go. Haven't really played it enough, I will admit, to recommend it either way. If you're into the various things, or you like your Simmies to be into the various things, or you're one of those people that just buys packs because you like the cast and the build and buy, and not me. I think that's the kind of person I am. As long as I like the build and buy and the cast in it, I'm not bothered if I miss out on the gameplay. And I don't mean that as in the Sims team shouldn't put gameplay in. I mean, like, if anybody's watched my previous videos, I'm not an occult player. I don't really like the vampires and the spellcasters and stuff like that, so I've not played through as a vampire, and I've not done the spellcasting situation. I avoid aliens at all costs. Never really done the mermaid thing, and I don't feel like I've missed out or like I've wasted money, because I still get something from that pack in the fact that the cast or the build and buy is good. That's what I mean by that. Okay, let's move on. And then December, the end of the year, we had the nice big update that came with 144 skin tones. That was broken up into 4 categories: warm, neutral, cool, and then miscellaneous. Miscellaneous is where they keep all the occult skin tones, so your pinks and your blues and your greens and blah, blah, blah. Also with that, they brought in that you can change in the skin tone. So say you find a skin tone within the 144, it's kind of what you want, but not exactly what you want. You can then also change it to the exact shade you want, and save it for next time. So if you're making your sim you, or you want a family who will have very similar skin tones, there you go. They also added sliders into most of the makeup. Why they didn't add it into all of the makeup, I'm not sure. I didn't read patch notes or see if they explained anything, so yeah. Then they also updated 3 African-inspired hairstyles. They need to definitely carry on working with the hairstyles. There's a lot to be left to the imagination with them. So 10 out of 10 that they did it. And I've not finished the sentence, but 10 out of 10 that they did it, and they did recruit or ask for help from members of the Sims community who are, from, that are people of colour, they're from minority backgrounds. So who's going to know better than them? And then still, I'm going to give the Sims team a 0 out of 10, because people of, colour had been asking for these updates for like 6 years. Like 6 years, the whole time the game had been out, and there was already an update at some point from like the skin tones they had to the skin from when the game came out to the skin tones that they then updated. There were like none. It was like none. Shit. I think it's terrible that they ignored these people who were begging for, they couldn't create themselves in The Sims. They were begging for this update, but it took then certain members of the community who are white to go, hello, you need to sort this. And then they did. Not really very cash money of your Sims team. But I know now, it's come out in the last couple of days before I record this, that console players are still having issues with the skin tones. They're still looking blotchy, or they're not as good as they should be. So hopefully the Sims team are working on that, and we're getting somewhere with it, but we should see. And also the main menu got an update, which is okay, I guess. So there you go. That's the end. That was 2020 in 30 odd minutes. So, but as I say, we know what Mac got out of their collab. That's really rude. I thought my phone was on silent. So yeah, we know that by the end of, we now know so far in 2021 what Mac got out of their collab. They just put an existing palette inside a blue package. And we also have been given a sneak peek for the next stuff pack, which looks like it's like happy. I think it was Happy Haunting or something. It came second, I believe, in the community survey where we decided on Nifty Knitting. good for you spooky occult players. I'm glad you're getting something. I'm going to be saying this a lot over the next few videos, I think, because I only did this video because I started to do the video of the stuff I would like to see come in from them, from the Sims team, you know, maybe in 2021 or forever. And not everything in a franchise is made for you. There are so many people in this community that the Sims team cannot make a single pack that will please everybody. Do I believe they should be working on base game fixes? 1000%. Yes. But the Sims are run by EA, who are a multi-million-pound company, who they demand, you know, they're not going to do nothing for free. Let's face it. They should, but they're not gonna. EA have a horrible history of ruining games and making bad decisions, and they never learn. So, rude, my phone. Anyway, we'll leave it at that. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this reminded you of some things. I hope it didn't repress any bad memories. Check out my other videos. I do have one coming after this one. Should be the end of the same week, where I discuss what I would like to see from the Sim team going forward. Don't know why I said it like that. I hope this bad subtitles haven't been too much for anybody. I think maybe it just points out that I don't talk correctly. But that's what you get from being from Dudley. So check out my other videos, as I say. Please like, subscribe. It's very much appreciated. Follow me over on Twitter. And I will see you all soon. And I love you. Bye, guys.